him and Rocket. I like this callback with Nebula biting into that fruit and realizing her sister wasn't lying to her. Yep, it's not right. Right, moving on to Ego's Planet, where Peter listens to George Harrison's My Sweet Lord on his mixtape. Now, this is a song about having a more intimate relationship with a higher power. And Harrison deliberately makes for God in different religions, like Judeo-Christian and Hindu. And Harrison did this to suggest that there's just one higher power that we can all share together. And that kind of applies to Peter, too. He's forming this stronger relationship with Ego, who's a godlike figure who secretly plans to expand his power so that he is the one universal deity in all the cosmos. And the look of Ego's world is amazing. It has one of the most vivid color palettes of any location we've seen in the MCU. And according to the visual effects artist, the planet, along with its inner core, is the single largest visual effect ever made, except it's comprised of 1 trillion polygons. So a polygon is a small shape used to form a surface in 3D animation. So the more polygons, the more visual detail and texture in the image. So you could probably count the number of polygons on like Mario 64, but Mario with 8 trillion polygons? Ugh. And one person who helped with the look of this planet was fractal artist Hal Tinney. You can see some of his work on this DeviantArt page. He has a unique eye for this organic-looking clockwork imagery. And one cool detail I noticed, Ego's wardrobe reflects this pattern, with these patches on his shoulder and side that have a similar clockwork look. So Ego reveals himself as a celestial here, which is pretty interesting, because in the Marvel comics, celestials are these massive, godlike beings that influence the course of history. First, Guardians movie introduced the idea of celestials to the MCU. Remember, nowhere the home of the Collector was located inside the severed head of a celestial. Now, in the comics, Ego wasn't a celestial, but it sounds like James Gunn is simplifying things to give Ego more of a god status. Then Ego goes on to explain how he was just that floating brain in space who learned how to manipulate matter around him and gradually form himself into a planet, and then later a human form. So this description of Ego's existence might be based on a real but mind-blowing concept in quantum physics called the ultimate brain. So, full disclosure, I'm not at all an expert in metaphysics, but the ultimate brain is the idea that in a chaotic universe full of possibility, we are more likely to be self-contained minds that spontaneously appear into existence, hallucinating reality, than we are to be real beings. So yeah, I don't fully get it either, but you can see how this idea of a ultimate brain might have influenced Ego's origin story in this movie, as a brain that suddenly wakes up in space, constructing his own universe around it. Also, notice how these still lifes depicting Ego's story are displayed in that same eggshell shape of the ship. And Ego uses this biological imagery to convey the biology that led to Peter's birth, and the same lifeline that still connects him to the other lives across the universe. And this narrative ends up working on Peter, especially when Ego is able to fulfill his lifelong desire of playing catch with his dad that he mentioned earlier. Now with this ball of light that he helped him create. Okay, moving on to the Ravagers, where Taserface has taken over and forced a bunch of crew members to walk this airlock plank just to have Rocket and the rest mock his name. I actually go into Taserface a lot in that other Raptors video, so go take a look at that. Now, Nebula's proposal here is for them to hand off Yondu to the Kree, which has bounties on its head. Now remember, the Kree is the race from the first Guardians movie that Ronan named User was a radical member of. Also, the Kree named Ventox shows up in Agent's Shield. Now later, when Rocket asks Yondu why he kept Peter when he was a boy, Yondu says the same exact line that Peter did earlier. He was skinny, fitting in places he couldn't defeat it. The implication being that this is a line that Yondu repeated to Peter over and over again when he was growing up as the reason why he wouldn't let him go home. But of course, this reason probably isn't totally true. Like, the real reason Yondu didn't return Peter to Ego is because he probably knew that Ego was harming these kids that he's bringing to him. So really, the reason Yondu kept him is daddy. And when Groot shows up to help them, now dressed as this Ravager mascot, I like this guy with first bringing back the wrong thing over and over, especially Borger's eye, which is a callback to the first movie when Rocket says that he needed that eye for his plan to defeat Ronan. There's one more thing to complete the plan. That guy died. No, we don't. No, seriously, I need it. And this badge that Yondu gives Groot, the one Groot hat, is the leaf symbol of his Ravager clan. And this bit with Groot hating hats because he confuses them for someone just having a weirdly shaped head, it's super funny, but it also parallels parallels with confusion over Yondu's spin. So in the movie, it's headgear, but in the comics, it's part of his head. So maybe Groot's issue here is that he just can't process how Yondu's spin wouldn't just be part of his head already. Now, this escape sequence was another highlight of the movie for me and for Devin Bird. Yondu regaining his Yondu arrow and using it to vanquish all of his traitorous crew. And at one point, he knocks out the lights, and the arrow glows red through the dark hallway. And it reminds me of the end of Rogue One, how Vader's red lightsaber was the only source of light to see forth through his enemies. And of course, the music that Rocket picked as a soundtrack for all this is perfect. It's Come a Little Bit Closer by Jay and the Americans. It's about a man seduced by a maiden who sings Come a Little Bit Closer, but she is also with a very bad guy who wants to kick this guy's ass. And I kind of feel like this Cupid's arrow is singing its own version of this deadly Come a Little Bit Closer pirate song, breaking all of these men's hearts, literally, as its tough guy owner gets his revenge. Now, when Yondu targets Taserface, he gets cocky and ignites the arrow, which accidentally misses Taserface and causes this massive explosion. So Taserface survives just long enough to contact the Sovereign and give them the ship's coordinates to travel. So, when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, Yondu's own arrogance allowed the Sovereign to find him and stop them from quickly drilling the war, and later trapping him inside the collapsing planet so that not all of them could survive. And sure, you could probably play this cause and effect game with everyone digging their own graves in some way, but I like how this movie followed through by giving Yondu's decisions real consequences. And when Cracklin, Yondu, Rocket, and Groot jump 700 times through the cosmos, we get this quick missile detail. The ship passes through what looks like the Cronin homeworld with two Cronin warriors duking it out. And you may remember this place from Thor the Dark World, and it's confirmed that the Cronin Corps will appear in Thor Ragnarok. And then, of course, later they pass Stan Lee with a bunch of watchers, and he's rambling on about the time he was a FedEx worker, referring to his cameo in Captain America Civil War. Now, I go into who the watchers are, and an interesting theory about them and Stan Lee in my post-credit scenes breakdown. Then, after Peter and Gamora argue about the meaning of family, and then Gamora deals with her own family drama, Ego finally connects to the son by using the lyrics of Brandy to explain why he left his mother. And these parallels actually hold up. In the song, the character Brandy is left in love with a man who's not around because he's out at sea. Now remember, these mixtapes and songs on them are Peter's only connection with his mother. And